Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, remember, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Cheers. So guys, you're probably wondering why I'm wielding this this propane torch here, and the reason for that is we've got a set of Triumph Trident barrels there, triples. And you can see we've got a new set of liners. One is already in the barrels, the other two are down here. So these run, believe it or not, they run a sort of 4 or 5 thou interference in those barrels. So what they reckon you do is, rather than press the old liners out, which runs the risk then of tearing the aluminium out of the barrels, what you do is you bore the old ones out. You can see over there on the floor that we have bored the old liners out, and I press one in. So what we do when we get to this stage, we obviously clean the bores up. Once the liners are out, we clean the top of where the top hat flange goes. We clean that up, and then what we've got to do is we're going to use this propane torch, and we're going to basically heat these barrels up until the bore opens out. Using our bore gauge there, opens out about 5 thou, so about a thou or so over the diameter of these existing liners. And then what we'll do is, when you get to that stage, we drop a liner in. It should partially fall down until it starts to heat up with the barrels. Then we quickly press it in, and by the time we get to the bottom, it should be nice and grippy, and we just push it down to the flange mates on the bottom of that sort of surface there. So let's get this one heated up, guys, and we'll continue to press the other one in. Typical, isn't it? Whenever you start doing a job, the phone rings. But then again, the phone never stops here. That now, and that has opened up now about 4 thou above top. So if we turn the torch off, drop a liner in there, see that should partially go in there. Now what we want to do is raise the table quickly, because now that liner is going to start to heat up with the barrels. And you can see as we're pushing, the tonnage is going to start to go up and up as that liner increases. You can see now that is fully in there. Now that liner is going to increase the heat with the barrels, and it's going to grip in there with its 4 or 5 thou interference. So we're just going to do the third one, guys, and then we've got to set the thing up and bore it out. There's probably about 1 millimetre in these liners to take out to get to the original bore size. Right, so I want to try and get this off. I see someone's tried to lever it off, so we're going to have to either repair that or get another one. There's a bolt top and bottom. There's a bracket that holds it on here. We need to get that off so we can paint it properly, because obviously whoever's painted it before has just painted it, looks like, with the bloody window seals in. Unfortunately, because of the cage, there's 2 holes. There's a hole up here, and fortunately the nut comes through there to the outside, which we've managed to get off. Although I don't think it is meant to be like that. It's meant to be in there, which is a good job it was out here, because otherwise we'd never get to it because of that cage. And in there, if we had a long socket, we'd be able to get in there and undo the 8mm nut. But because of the cage, we can't. So fortunately, I've got a light down here, and I can get my hand underneath here. So if I put my hand underneath there and feel for the nut, which is inside, I can sort of millimetre by millimetre, undo that and get it off. Now it's little bits like this, just getting this silly bit of trim off, that can be an absolute nightmare. So I've just got my hand under here. I'm trying to undo this 8mm nut with my fingers, and there we go. That's the little culprit, guys. So now hopefully this should just pull off, and there we go. We are down to the original paintwork. Probably going to have a look for another one of these. See, there's a date on there, look. 28th of the 3rd, 1990. A few years ago that. I was 11 years old. So that's that. I'm happy with that, guys. Now the other one, I managed to get in with me bendy thing and me ratchet. There's an 8mm nut right at the top, which I've managed to get off. And I'm hoping, looks like this is undoing. Oh, and there goes the nut. Brilliant. Lost that. Oh well. Right, so that. And hopefully now, pull that off. I like the way someone's fitted plastic windows in here, and they've left the bottom bit. They haven't even bothered to take the bloody, the tape off the windows before they've even put them in. That much of a rush, was it? Right, that's that. All our seals, etc. in there. One seal on the outside of the window. Now that window should just pull out. There we go. And we've just got the inner seal and that outer bit there, which is ideal. So we just plonk this over here. See, all the windows are the same. Look, they've left the plastic on the outer side. Maybe there's a reason for that, but... Right, so we can see that rubber is off the outer side now, guys. And when Dave Asprey come in, he straight away noticed that there's been a rear wing on this passenger side at some point, fitted pretty badly, going by the underneath of it. I didn't really spot it, but yeah, sure enough, if you have a look up here, there is a join mark, and that is usually, when you buy a rear quarter, it will sort of come to there. You see that is pretty poorly fitted, and it will also join at about here, and that looks like what they've done. So from here downwards, that is all a new rear quarter, so that's obviously had a ding at some point. And then you can see down here where they've drilled the old spot welds out and not put many of them back, to be fair. So that's all going to have to be sorted and done properly. But that is just another one thing to be done. Now, when I was showing you in a previous video, Isaac taking the seat out of this car, we obviously showed you that. And many of you guys said that welding is more than questionable. And I have to agree, it is. But be assured, guys, that quite a lot of the cage welding, like in there, looks to be pretty good. There's, for some reason, that is a bit eagle shit from 3,000 feet, but Mikey will be going over this cage with a fine-tooth comb. If in doubt on any of it, he'll be grinding that out, re-welding it. So, yeah, we're not going to take any chances on that. He's going to be definitely making sure that that is sufficient. But yeah, that is not very pretty, I must admit. Right, guys, absolutely fantastic weather. Starting to warm up a little bit now, so you see a bit of a smile on my face. Although we have got to sit down in the office for the thumbnail and title. So this one today, guys, is dedicated to my mates out there, Paul and Pete. They know exactly who they are. They watch all my videos, and they love it when I sit down in the office. They'll be saying, oh, he's having a moan, he's having a rant. So this one's out to them. But basically what it is, it's an update on the E30 BMW body kit mainly. So where are we with it? So 3 weeks ago, almost to the day, we had an email off the company saying that the body kit is all done. It's out for delivery at the weekend. He said we use an independent courier that's really reliable, but unfortunately we deliver to the UK at weekends, oddly. So he said yours is out this weekend to be delivered. I thought, brilliant, fantastic. Sure enough, Sunday night comes, still hasn't been delivered. So threw them an email. Monday they get back to me. I mean, bear in mind from the start, they said there's been great communication. They said that the body kit's going to take up to 5 weeks, including delivery. So they were pretty spot on with that because we ordered it at the beginning of May. And there's been great sort of communication along the way. As soon as I email them asking for an update, they get straight back to me, no problems. I am going to name the company this time. I know I never have done before, but the company is called radicaltuning.eu. So it's a Polish company. They advertise on Google, etc. They've got a good website. Read a few sort of forums, people that have bought stuff from them. They sell loads of stuff. So yeah, bit weird really. The last few weeks, but anyway, it was out for delivery 3 weeks ago at the weekend. Didn't have it. They emailed me back on the Monday saying the truck has been, unfortunately, has broke down in France. The drivers just rang me up. He said they're waiting for another lorry. I will update you as soon as I hear. So I left it a couple of days, didn't hear anything, so I emailed them. Didn't get a response, weirdly. So this was 3 weeks ago. I've sent numerous emails to no avail. No one's responded at all. I've tried ringing the number in Poland, which did ring and ring, but now just nothing happens. In the last week, it just hangs up. So yeah, not good. Unfortunately, at the weekend, I've had to ring my bank and do one of these chargeback sort of things, really try and get my money back because we paid on the company debit card. So apparently there is like a scheme where, a bit like a credit card, although it's not a legal requirement, there is a scheme where you can get your money back eventually, hopefully. So that's the process we started, guys. I heard back from my bank the other day and they said that it's all going through, it's under investigation. Apparently their bank is Santander or something like that. But yeah, so that's where we are. Still haven't heard anything. So last night I lay in bed and for some reason this was really irritating me because we all know how impatient I am. But I have managed to get quite a lot of things sorted for this car. And it just seems everything I'm trying to organise for it just is either going to take months or people are hard to get hold of, all the rest of it. So it was annoying more than anything because this company had a decent reputation for decent quality fiberglass kits, and the kit consisted of everything. So I have been in touch with someone yesterday regarding another kit with half of it being carbon fibre, but we are talking quite a lot more money, as you can imagine. A pair of rear quarters is over 2,000 quid. The C-pillar pod is sort of 1,500 quid. So yeah, it is annoying. If I have to go that route eventually, then, you know, needs must, but it would have been handy if this kit had turned up. So yeah, as I say, I spoke to this company yesterday regarding the carbon fibre bits, etc., and potentially getting another kit, although there is a nearly 4-month waiting list. Last night I lay in bed and this was frustrating me, so I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to send one more email to this company just to see if I get any response. And sure enough, straight away afterwards, I had an automated email come up. It said, Barham Engines, we're really sorry, but as of the 23rd of April to the 7th of May, which would be Sunday, so the beginning of next week, we are unfortunately on holiday. So if you have made any sort of deliveries for things that were booked before that, there may be some delay on. So yeah, that was a real surprise to me. So maybe, fingers crossed, we live in hope that I could get a response properly and know what's happening the beginning of next week. The only thing that's bothering me a little bit is that they said that it was on its way and the lorry had broke down. So what, is the guy having a 3-week holiday in the middle of France broken down in his lorry? I don't know. Seems a bit weird to me. But unfortunately, we're going to have to wait till the beginning of next week to find out exactly what's happened. But if we do end up, whether we get our money back or not through the bank, if there's no response, then we're going to be back to square one, unfortunately, guys. So there we go, guys. We're just finishing boring it now. I'm on the second one. As a matter of fact, there was only 1/2 mil left in these liners to bore out. So yeah, just get them bored out, guys. Then we can finish hone those, give the block a lick over, just obviously because these new liners are very slightly proud to the face. So just a case of facing those, so you get a nice, fresh, even face on there. And then that job is done, fortunately. Well, thank you very much for watching today's episode, guys. Until Fridays, have a great evening, enjoy the weather, and we will see you then. Cheers.